to incredibly useful exercises for the double bass, where we condition specific aspects of our performance in short, stolen moments. Today, we'll explore a strenuous exercise that uses all possible finger combinations to develop power, agility, and purity of tuning in the lower octave, just like the bumblebees did for us in thumb position. Let's explore Max's Magic by the principal bassist of the Cleveland Orchestra and bass professor at the University of Michigan, Max Dimoff. I want to thank Joey Nager for his generous support of this series. Joey has been my go-to luthier for over 5 years. He sculpted my fingerboards buzz-free on both my 1850 English orchestra bass and my solo bass, making them so easy to play, and his tone work on my basses keeps them sounding full, free, and beautiful. Many professional working bassists throughout Texas rely on Joey for fixing and maintaining their treasured instruments. The Joey Nager prize-winning basses are also wonderful instruments. Please visit Joey's website listed below, and if you happen to be in the Houston area, pay him a visit to play his basses and to see how he can improve the playability and tone of your instrument. Max's Magic is 6 minutes long. Endurance and velocity are maxed at 6. Power is high at 5, control is a 3, mindfulness is 1, and coordination and expression are 0. We play Max's Magic for the exercise and conditioning of quick, accurate, and powerful finger placement in the lower positions, for the exercise and conditioning of precise and strong hand frame in the lower positions, for the exercise and mastery of precise half-step tuning, and to increase endurance in the lower positions. Max's Magic is an 8-note pattern that's pretty easy to memorize. This pattern, 1-2-4-2-1-4-2-4, covers all 6 possible finger combinations in the lower position, from one finger to another, 1-2, 1-4, 2-1, 2-4, 4-1, and 4-2. I'm not including the thumb or third finger here, but do remember that those fingers are perfectly feasible options in the lower octave with today's advanced techniques. But we'll focus on 1, 2, and 4 for the sake of this exercise. That's really all there is to the exercise. We start on the low F, run the pattern twice, then move up a half step, do it twice, and continue all the way up to a D on the G string. I change strings on the first finger in half position on each string. This exercise can be a muscle burner, so take care with it. In the bumblebees, we work the forearm muscle here, called the extensor digitorum, responsible for extensions of the fingers this way. In Max's Magic, we'll work the forearm muscles in the front of the arm, responsible for grip strength and flexing the hand. These muscles are called the flexor digitorum profundus. Extensors here, flexors here. You can feel the muscles work when you make a fist, bend your wrist a little, make a fist, and feel your forearm flex. This is where you'll feel the burn when you play Max's Magic. When I play in the lower octave of the fingerboard, I keep a break in my wrist like this. This comes from a lot of trial and error. There have been auditions that I've prepared for, where I was playing about 8 hours a day, relying solely on grip strength. And after a month of that, it got to the point where I couldn't make a fist anymore, or lift my fingers off the string. So one day I was desperate for a solution. I decided to try to explore how to push the string down with the least amount of effort. I bent my wrist, stood on my fingers as lightly as possible, and discovered that the simple change was the solution. Standing comfortably on my fingers at the right angle had the same effect as all that grip strength, but now I could relax the fingers that weren't being used. And that helped me to discover how to balance correctly. To figure out how much break you need in your wrist, Paul Ellison showed me this neat trick. Play octave B flats in the low position, and now again here in third position. Notice the break in your wrist. Now just keep it like this when you play on a single string. Now here's what we need to know about tuning. Remember that our left hand is not built to play in tune. When we place our hand on the neck, you can see that the note between the first and fourth finger is right here. between the fingers. The German fingering system, most common here in the United States, uses second finger to play the half step. The Italian system, common in Italy and parts of Europe, uses the third finger. I personally use the German system. You use whichever system you're used to. The fingering system is not the point of this exercise, but whichever one you use, realize that you need to concentrate on it and get that half step in tune. Remember the quote we learned in the Bumblebees video, that great quote by Miranda Wilson. Daily fundamentals practice should always include exercises in moving rationally from finger to finger, making smooth adjustments in the angle of the hand so that the arm's weight supports the finger that is on the string. Max's magic meets that goal perfectly and will have profound effects on your hand strength, agility, and tuning. Last thing I'll say before we start is to work on your rotating arm motion to place the fingers, and not just pressing the fingers down. Rotate your arm backward and forward to rebalance the arm on each finger. This saves unnecessary wear and tear on your smaller tendons and helps prevent repetitive motion injuries. So here's how we do it. We'll play it 3 times. The first time we do it a medium slow tempo and fairly loose, free, and relaxed. Then we rest for 30 seconds. We play it again, a little faster but still comfortable, rest again for 30 seconds, and then play it one last time, pushing the tempo, working up to a good light burn in the flexor digitorum. In each repetition, we play with a strong left finger action for clear articulation and tuning within the slur. Also, I'll do my best to relax every finger that's not playing a note in order to build endurance. Before I play, I plan my recovery strategy, because once I start, I don't let any mistake or fatigue stop me, just like in live performance. I'll work to avoid flyaway fingers at all times. It's bad technique, and it overworks those forearm flexors. Also, I won't play past a comfortable fatigue. I'll actually keep going, but slow down or hold one note to allow the forearm to recover, and then I'll continue. I won't stop playing until I reach the end of the exercise. I want a burn in my forearm, but I know my limits, so I know when to start letting off the gas. I don't use a metronome for this anymore, but I did when I learned it and built my velocity. You can choose to do it either way. I've got my timer here set up. Let's play. 2, ready, go. It's a good burn on actually both sides of my hand right now. So now I'm watching my timer for the 30-second break. 3, 2, 1. It does burn a lot. I do prefer to keep my arm up here and rotate it this way, much rather than holding it horizontally and just flopping the hand around. That doesn't really do any work for the forearm. Holding it up like this, I really can feel the burn wear out of it this way. I do want to keep a little bit of burn when I rest. I don't want to rest longer than 30 seconds, otherwise it's sort of like starting all over again. All right, last time I'm going to push it a little faster. Still rest if I can. Ready, go. And that is Max's magic. Here's one last fun thing you can do with fingerings and finger combinations that really has nothing to do with playing the bass, but everything to do with computer passwords and party tricks. Once you get a piece of music memorized, a scale, concerto, a Bach suite, whatever, write down the fingerings you use. Use string names for open strings, capital T for thumb, and the finger number. For example, here's a 2-octave C major scale. 2D 1 2 G 1 4 1 4 2 4 T 1 2 3 ampersand. I throw an ampersand at the end just because they're required. And now you have a perfectly usable 16-digit musical password. If you have a concerto memorized, amaze your friends by creating a password that's 1,500 digits long. Simple and absolute overkill, but a really good party trick. Do Max's magic every day. Take it easy, listen to your body, and enjoy it. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you find Max's magic as useful for your performance as it has been for mine. I present this in the way that I've used and benefited from it. I don't intend to say that it's the only way to practice or approach hand strength, agility, or tuning. Adapt these ideas to your style of curiosity conditioning, playing, or teaching. Practice this and all exercises in this series in short stolen moments or incorporate them into your regular conditioning routine. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and leave any questions, comments, observations, success stories, or suggestions below. Please check out the incredibly useful exercises series of workout books available in paperback and ebook on the Amazon site in your country. I look forward to you joining me next time. Thank you, and be well, friends.